Hi family, welcome in. I hope that you're doing amazing today. I'm so glad you're here. And in today's video, I want to be a little bit of a myth buster to this illusion of the perfect higher self. You know, it's one of those things, as with much of spirituality these days, is really trending, and that means that the information and the truth can get really distorted. And so it's just extra important these days that we are using our God-given gift of discernment when it comes to all of the information that's out there. And again, particularly around this idea of the perfect higher self. You know, I feel like with everything that's out there, we can kind of tend to put it on a pedestal, which in turn just essentially ends up being another thing in our lives that makes us feel not very good about ourselves, right? And so I want to change that. I just think that there is, again, just a lot of illusion around the higher self. Like, you know, your higher self is always more calm and more graceful and even more stylish. But our higher selves are not who we think that they are. You know, they're not here to perform, they're here to transform. And the thing is about that shift is that it's real and it's messy and it's raw. And, you know, Instagram will tell you that your higher self wears linens and meditates daily and, you know, never reacts, right? But again, those things are really all about aesthetic. And y'all know me, I am such a big believer in meditation, but again, I'm more focused on how there is this whole idea of making it about the aesthetic, but real integration isn't an aesthetic. It's real, you know? And the thing about it also is that our higher self is about how we act under pressure. It's about how our nervous system handles fear and triggers and conflict and still choosing alignment, right? It feels like saying no when you used to say yes. It feels like, you know, choosing rest over hustle even. And here's a big one. It feels like losing the people who love the old you because the new you has boundaries. Certainly was a tough one for me and still creeps up every once in a while if I'm being totally honest. But all in all, and as a whole, it feels like you. It feels like you regulated and embodied and sovereign. And y'all know that I say this a lot, but I'm going to say it again. It's not always pretty, and it certainly wasn't in my case because, again, I couldn't change, I couldn't transform, I couldn't manifest my dreams and step into my power and start creating the life that I always wanted, surrounded by a bunch of people who needed me to stay the same for them to feel better about themselves, you know? So, like all of us, and from what I've seen that go through this experience, you have to glow up in private. And so that's what I did. I changed and I transformed in private by myself in isolation. It wasn't pretty. And so that's why I really do say that a lot. And as much as I come across others that are open and vulnerable and share these experiences as well, they say the same thing, you know? So it's not always pretty, but it is powerful. So, y'all know that I talk about this stuff a lot, and the shift is nervous system first, not mindset first. You don't become your higher self just by saying affirmations. You become them when your body finally feels safe enough to live out your truth. So I did create a 5-minute daily ritual, the higher self integration ritual, to help you move this work out of your mind and into your body. And I'm going to do a quick walkthrough of that ritual with you right now. So this ritual, of course, like everything that I share with y'all, is based on not only my own research, but my own experience and what I've just been doing for a while now and have had such great success with. So let's go ahead and start with the first step. Step 1 is going to be a drop in. So you are going to drop into your body. And what really helps me is putting my attention on my heart. This not only helps you drop in, but it stimulates your vagus nerve, which is what gets you out of that fight or flight. And every time that you stimulate your vagus nerve, you are doing a nervous system reset, which is what this is all about and what I talk about so much, and really where your manifestations start to flourish. So you're going to drop into your body, put your attention on your heart, set the intention of regulating your system, and you are going to feel your presence. The second step is going to be embodying. So right here, you are just going to visualize yourself as the version of you who doesn't chase. And then the third step is going to be your anchor. So this is where you are going to choose just one aligned action and follow through and do it. So for example, if your dream is to write a book and you want to be an author, then what you would think about doing is either going and writing or typing up just one page. And it doesn't have to be directly related to the book that you want to write. Maybe you're still unclear on what your book idea is, but maybe what you want to do is just make up a story, right? Just get your creative juices flowing. And the point is to put yourself in a state where you feel like it, right? So even if it's just a made up story and it doesn't directly relate to the book that you have in mind, or maybe you don't know yet, the point is that you just want to feel it and put yourself in that state, right? So this is how you stop performing and you start embodying. Your higher self doesn't need you to be perfect. They just need you to be consistent. And they don't need you to look a certain way either. They just need to be felt, right? So I'm going to put the higher self integration ritual pinned in the comments. If you feel called to check that out, that will be there for you. And go ahead and comment, I choose embodiment, just to claim this for yourself and declare it. Or if you don't feel like commenting, then just say it either out loud or quietly to yourself. That is very powerful as well. And don't forget to like and subscribe, and just know that I am so proud of you. I'm always pulling for you. I'm always rooting for you. I am truly so grateful for you. I love you so much. And as always, I can't wait to see what you do.